All right, we are live on YouTube.
Okay, great. Hey, everybody, thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate your time that you're going to spend here tonight on this meeting and then into the next meeting with the City Council workshop on the Career Academy. I just wanted to get everybody together before we go into the workshop to see if anybody had any questions. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the workshop with the council. I'm just going to do like a brief rundown about the Career Academy, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mark Boughton for his part in this. And I know, look at that, he's all nervous. And then probably get to Antonio, and then we can open it up to the group for questions. And then, we just try to handle the questions as we go along, if that seems reasonable to everybody. And, everybody okay with that?
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
Mark Boughton?
Okay, well, how are we doing, everybody? Sorry about that. Still experiencing some technical difficulties here, so if I drop out, don't take it the wrong way. But
That's what you get for cutting the cord.
I know. Anyways, thanks for being on. I just want to kind of update everybody where we are in terms of this process. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to David St. Hilaire, Les, and Glenn over at our bond council who hustled their tails off to get the bonding requests on the agenda, and also at the same time did a budget. So it's a lot of work to do all these things. So we're definitely super appreciative of everything that they've done. Basically, we're on a two-track approach here. Sharon has been working on the zoning issues there. They're not, I wouldn't call them issues. I would say they're zoning, the rezoning and some pieces, to change of use to be able to allow a school there. She has a pathway to do that. And at the same time, Antonio and I have been working with the state, keeping them apprised. We meet with them every 2 weeks to let them know where we are in terms of this process. And we're still sticking to they're still sticking to their deadline of like, look, you have to have this stuff ready to go by September 1. And that's why we are working our tails off here because it's a big ask and it's a lot of work. I just want to be clear. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I'm doing this nothing but for the love of Danbury. That's all I get out of this. And it's because it started at the, I feel like Fred now, we served in the council. All you do is get yelled at. But, we started this probably 2.5 years ago with Dr. Pascarella. We knew it would come to this day. We knew what we have to do here. We have a bunch of kids showing up, and we didn't want to just throw together space. We wanted to throw together programming that would be extraordinary for our kids to help in terms of property values and in terms of meeting the demands of the business community and the rest of the various career tracks that will be represented there. So tonight, we don't really want to get too much into the curriculum side of this. The Board of Ed has hired a curriculum person, a program person. They've been meeting on a regular basis with them to lay out what the program will look like. And then they have transmitted those requests to Antonio so that what they want for the program will be matched within the building. We are capped at 99 million. That's it. We've got to make every dollar work. And of that 99 million, 80% is reimbursed by the state of Connecticut. So it's actually a good deal for us. But, as everybody gets more and more ideas, there is a challenge in us and saying this is all the space that we can afford because we have to stay within our budget. And that's per the state of Connecticut. So they're pretty, in fact, I talked to the governor this morning about this. So they're pretty, adamant's not right. They're just watching closely. Let's put it that way. They really want this to work, but at the same time, they know our normal reimbursement rate is 62%. So he's really trying to watch the bonding that goes on. So, and I respect that. With that, that's pretty much the update that I have for you. Antonio, you want to add in a little bit before we go to that larger meeting, a little bit about what you've been working on?
Sure. I'll give you a very quick update. As you just mentioned, some of the milestones that we achieved since the last time we met, I think it was a really good consolidated effort on getting that bond language put together. Everybody individually contributed what was important to them. We gave our piece, and we're glad that that language was well received, and it's in the bond language right now. On March 31st, the Board of Education and us walked the facility subcommittee through the preliminary ed specs. They were very well received, and we actually got a motion and approval to proceed to final draft. They were very excited about the academic program that the ed specs represented. What else did we do? We finished up the final draft of the RFQ/P, which is for a bridging architect. We submitted that to the state. Our grant liaison, who meets with us every other week. And last Thursday, he actually gave us approval to advertise it. So that was a huge thing to get out of the way, because we were really worried about the concept and them understanding the concept. So little by little, we are building a program for the state. And this piece here is a very important piece. And other than that, I just want to finish off by saying that the council did vote on giving us authorization to spend $1.75 million. That will basically be used for the bridging architect. That will come out of the RFP. We're going to also, it will be used to pay the 2 attorneys that we're working with. It's going to be used to secure 3 appraisals. We need 3 independent appraisals, and get an environmental consultant and a person to evaluate the existing conditions of the building. So all of that now can move forward with the goal of hitting the September draft deadline for the application, and the final application being submitted to the grants office on October 1st. That's all I got for you.
Great.
Mark, can I just
Sure, go ahead,
say
yeah.
one thing? So in case it comes up, I guess you don't need me on the bot with this meeting, which is fine.
No. I'm going to throw it to you. You got to be on the next one. Did you plan on being on the next one?
I hadn't planned on being on the next one, but if you need me, I guess I can be.
If you have to stay out of the house, Sharon, you might as well join us.
Yeah,
But if I get you up first, I'll ask if there's any question, or Joe.
yeah, that's fine.
Mayor, ask if there's any questions, and then she can leave.
Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate that. So that you all know, so the Summit, SE Ridge LLC submitted the amendments to the P&D regulations, which would allow for the school and what other issues we talked about, reducing the number of dwelling units should a school go in there. And so on a timing perspective, that will be discussed next week at Planning Commission, the following week at Zoning Commission, or the 27th, and the public hearing for the amendments is scheduled for May 11th. So from a timing perspective, that's where we are.
And that's just one thing I want to emphasize, Mayor, is that we're doing a concurrent approach. If the question may come up at the bond meeting, well, what happens if zoning or planning says no? Well, then obviously Dave's not going to pull the trigger on the borrowing, and we got to go back to the drawing board. So we don't anticipate that. There's strong support for this. It's really bipartisan support, but you may get that sort of flare up there. And again, that's always the default out, is that if we're not comfortable, we don't go into the market. We wait until things are where they need to be. As long as the state has that document saying we've had a positive vote on borrowing this money, that meets that requirement that's been placed in front of us that has to be done by September 1. Right, Antonio?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just thinking of what may come up, but I still listen to people, and a lot of people are very, very excited about this on both of those pods. So that's good.
again, and the carve outs for zone, from a zoning perspective, again, the reduction in the minimum number of dwelling units and the non-residential square footage, not counting, only occurs if it's a school owned and operated by the city of Danbury, which
Correct.
has a big public benefit. That means some private school doesn't, they're not incentivized to build a private school and then get, not have to build the minimum number of units and things like that. So I will also, obviously, my staff report's going to be done by the end of this week. Any council member, I'd be happy to, it's public, so I can share it with anybody. And that's what I'm going to both zoning commission and planning commission, for their referrals.
Good. If you could maybe just emphasize that when you
Yep.
give your remarks, that would be really helpful. Dr. Pascarella, Dr. P, you have anything to say? How you feeling, by the way? You look great.
Feeling okay, getting stronger, Mark. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. No, I think Antonio has it. I think the only thing is that it is a draft, but it's an exciting draft if it comes to fruition. So ready to answer any questions. We're good.
Terrific. Okay, I think we're good, Mayor.
Yeah. David, anything from you?
No, if they ask any questions about what's this do to our future debt, we've got that covered. So,
Okay.
Mark, if that comes up, we do have some slides or presentation we can throw at them.
Oh, good. And David, you might want to just emphasize that, there's a reason why we have to ask for the full amount. Sometimes people get hung up on that and they go, yeah, but why aren't you just borrowing 20 million instead of 99 million? They don't understand how it works.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
you've been down that road before.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Freddie, you have anything?
No, I think we're headed in the right direction. That obviously this is going to be a great thing for the city and for the Board of Education and our whole education system. It needs to be done. So that's why I'm backing this thing full boat.
Okay. All right, great. Thanks, everybody. Mark, you're all set?
Yeah, I'm all set. I am gonna give a little, if you don't mind, Mayor, a little, kind of run up to, all right, how did we get here?
That's
Because
what I'm gonna
Dr.
do.
Sal and I have literally been talking about this for 10 years, and then we got serious about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true. When we first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in a